established in disturbing government policies such as capital punishment seems at times audibly out of the range of realization. But nevertheless, each voice is critical in the act of actual and tangible change. The stance against the death penalty is a personally demanding act, one of humility and test to our will and character. But it is of the utmost importance that we do so that we can bring an end to this reactionary institutional failure. If the death penalty continues to be an acceptable means of punishment, we must see our lives and society develop in such a way that retribution and pain become the pronounced sources of consciousness. We must recognize the repressive ends that accompany the continuation of all killing, even if such acts are carried out with the message of justice. The Texas Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty continues to set an admirable example of arduously upholding a commitment to defend those whom our system has neglected and fight for the betterment of our world. The director and the staff of the Station Museum are honored to host the TCADP organization and their honorees for this important fundraising event, and we thank you all for being with us here tonight.
It's always great to hear that young voice speak out against the death penalty. Am I on? I guess I am. I would like to introduce myself, but more importantly, we have another cause for celebration tonight. Small victories along the way. Dwayne Buck, who was scheduled for execution tonight, has received a stay of execution. So this event becomes more auspicious because we really, it's important to come together. I'm Mary Heartlein, a Houston board member of TCADP. And on behalf of the board, I want to thank you for being here too. You know, tonight we're applauding 3 Houstonians whose work is key to helping us continue a powerful public conversation, based on facts I might add, about the death penalty. Why make the effort to come to an occasion like this, to host an occasion like this? Because sometimes it just feels good to come together as a community of like-minded people to recommit ourselves to the journey. A journey towards repeal of the death penalty that, of course, I have found to be different for me, maybe month to month, and different for each of us in this room. And I believe it's important to respect wherever people are on the journey. However, it's very humbling for me tonight because I know with so many of you who walk that walk with such courage and conviction that it is food for the soul, and we all need that. Okay, rather than repeat the distinguished bios that we've got out here of our champions, we've asked 3 amazing abolitionists in their own right to share how our champions have inspired them along the way. So, okay, tonight as we celebrate the victories, I'd like to invite Bob Van Steenburg. Bob, where are you? Bob is our TCADP board chair, and I really have to brag about this, retired Army colonel, to tell us a little bit about working with our legislative champion, Representative Jessica Farrar.
Well, let me begin by again thanking each of you for being here tonight. It's truly inspiring to see the number of people that we have here this evening. It makes those of us who have worked so hard and for so long encouraged to see you. It really, really does. And on behalf of the TCAD board, the entire board, I thank you for your support this evening and every other time you help us. And I want to give a special thanks to Jim Harithis and Jordan and the staff here at the station. It's a marvelous setting, makes it a great evening, and I think they deserve another round of applause, Jordan. You know, all of the honorees tonight have contributed in significant ways in efforts to end the use of the death penalty in Texas. The death penalty in Texas will cease only with the passage of a law that repeals it. As you can imagine, changing the law in Texas on this issue is a major effort. It requires great courage for a lawmaker to stand up in the Texas legislature and say the death penalty is wrong. One of our honorees has taken that stand, that bold and controversial stand. For the past 3 legislative sessions, she has authored a bill to abolish the death penalty in Texas. Because of her efforts, the bill has received a hearing in the House Criminal Jurisprudence Committee each of the last 2 sessions, a monumental event in Texas where we had a dialogue in the state capitol on the issue of capital punishment. And Representative Alma Allen, who was here earlier tonight, was a co-author of that bill with our honoree. And Representative Allen, if you're still here, I thank you, and we all thank you very, very much. Our honoree has supported this bill not because it's the popular thing to do, not to secure votes from a special group or class of voters, not because it will result in significant contributions. She's done so because it's the right thing to do. We need more people in our legislature like Jessica Farrar who press for legislation because it's the right thing to do. I've been privileged to work with Jessica Farrar and her staff for the past 3 legislative sessions. And we, TCADP, have received just a tremendous amount of support from her and her staff. We could not have asked for more than we have received. It has truly been a pleasure to work with her and her staff, and we are in her debt. You can see her bio outside, a long-serving member of the Texas legislature, the chair of the Texas Democratic Caucus in the House. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming and thanking our legislative champion of justice, Texas State Representative Jessica Farrar.
I want to thank y'all. I'm sorry, I feel a little bit emotional because I'm still kind of digesting. I got to meet Anthony Graves, and so when you put, I was kind of hoping to get home and like have this all out in the car and feel better. Mary, you're right. It is food for the soul, and this experience. And you talk about recommitment. It is for me. It is a recommitment. I'm one of 49 Democrats in a house of 150, so I'm used to swimming upstream. But I will tell you that this is wonderful. I mean, I just feel like I'm ready to do it again. I really want to thank Representative Alma Allen and my other colleague, Marissa Marquez from El Paso, because I didn't ask them to join onto the bill. They approached me. So hopefully we'll have more joint authors and co-sponsors the next time. But anyway, we'll get ready, get back to work. What I think all of us in this room can do, though, is it's not just on the backs of legislators. I think legislators will change their minds when the constituency changes. So everything that we can do to change public opinion is just critical, very critical. The legislative body tends to be sort of a skittish body. And so if they can get some legs from the public, it will make this job so much easier to do. I thank y'all for the work that you do day in and day out, and for not letting this issue die, especially in what can be a political desert for things that are good and causes that are just in this state. So thank you for renewed vigor. Appreciate this.